Okay.
Hi, welcome back to the JustBeCos podcast, a podcast featuring all things cosplay.
This cosplay podcast features me, Mangle Phantom, and
Marmalade.
hello. We're two cosplayers from Australia, and we'll be doing this podcast for as long as we feel like it, really. But we're going to be representing Australia at the World Cosplay Summit this year.
This year, it's finally 2023.
How do you feel?
Crazy.
New year, new me.
Stressed. It's all happening. No, I'm really excited because 2023 is like the year of the rabbit as well, and
Are you a rabbit?
I was a rabbit. I am a rabbit.
What's your fortune say?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I will go. Don't you go on New Year's? Don't you? Chinese New Year's. That's when
You're
go to
asking the
shrine.
Chinese person. I don't know, honestly.
I'm pretty sure Terry always goes on Chinese New Year, and then they go get to
I think
the shrine,
he's the right
and then they get
person
the
to
fortune.
ask.
Yeah.
Well, that's very rabbit of you.
Anyway, so yeah, it's the year of the rabbit, and it's 2023, and there's a few months where I'm 23, so it feels very special this year.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's what I get for being a 99 baby.
99?
Yeah.
I can't count. Yes,
No,
you are born
or
in 99.
2000s as well.
2000s as
depending
well.
like when in the year you're
When the
born.
year.
But yeah,
Wow.
very excited for 2023.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
New Year's, new horizons.
Have you been sticking to your New Year's resolutions?
Honestly, this is probably one of the very first few years I haven't made any.
You haven't made any?
Haven't made any.
I thought we did in the last episode. What happened?
I think
We
that was,
said-
no, that was like reflection of the year,
We
wasn't it?
did. We didn't set any New Year's
I
resolutions.
haven't set any new ones.
Oopsie daisies.
No, that's okay, because I think it's one of those things I think I learned a few years back too, which was like, make your 5-year plan, make your 10-year plan, which makes no sense to me because circumstances change so fast.
All the time.
There's no real point. So for this year, it might be something simple like, be happy, be healthy, be, I don't know, because I feel like I feel pretty good about a lot of things. I'm very grateful for a lot of things. That's
Yeah.
for
Like
me
you
to
said.
wish for too much more. It's like, I don't think that there's really that much more to wish for because I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to say that I'm doing pretty well
That's
for
good.
most
That's
cards.
good.
But everyone's got things to worry about: money, health,
Yeah.
all those kinds of things. But so does everyone. We're all in this together.
Of course. The grind never stops. The chaos is always consuming.
Always consuming, but that's life, right?
Yes.
And that is also the topic of this week's podcast. Welcome back, everybody. So this week's podcast topic, what is it? We've actually went away for a while. Now we've got a bunch of topics up
We
our...
did. We had a bit of a break over the holiday period, which wasn't really a break for me. It didn't
You've
feel like
been
a break. I've
grinding
been
hard.
grinding, working. But we have had some time away. We haven't filmed an episode in a few weeks now. So today's podcast episode is one that's pretty relevant, and I feel like one that's like not really discussed too much within at least the Brisbane community or people that I've spoken to, is balancing your life and cosplay. Balance. Keyword balance.
It's not, forgoing one and making sure you put everything into the other because it ain't gonna work.
It's very
that
easy
way.
to do. It's very easy to not put yourself first in front of your costumes.
What's one time that hasn't worked out for you? Because it sounds like you're
Hasn't.
speaking from experience.
Have I?
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh wait, you know what? We got a new drink.
we do.
This is Hongsho
Hongsho.
sparkling something
Fruity and fizzy.
by O Food.
Oh, food. Oh, food.
O Food.
It's like o'clock, but oh, food.
This is gluten free and prebiotics.
I would hope it's
Hey,
gluten-free.
caffeine free, which is good because we've had.
Why would it have gluten in it? Would drinks normally have gluten in it?
I could say fat free.
That's a
Like you could put whatever marketing words you want on it, really.
100% naturally fermented vinegar use. Does yours say that too?
Sure does.
Oh my gosh,
Let's give
we
it
got-
a crack.
Ooh,
Not bad.
so fizzy. We got vinegar drinks. That's probably really healthy.
Okay. Two
I can smell the vinegar.
to vinegar use. Oh wow, that
It's
tastes
spicy.
that tastes like one of
It's
those
good.
poppers you had as a kid.
I like it. It's got calcium.
Hongsho
Fancy.
just putting out the buzzwords
I
for
love
us.
it. It's
love
great.
it.
All the things.
Now,
all the things. But yes.
story about balancing life and cosplay. Where's the time? in which that
Story. I feel like there was several points in my youth cosplay phenomenons, I don't know, where I would constantly prioritize cosplay over my own life and my own needs.
Have you ever done that before?
Of course I have, for like multiple times at a time. I remember distinctly the Madfest Brisbane 2017 when Love Live was like at its peak.
Yep.
Aquas was like golden era. Aquaria was like busting, ready to go. They dropped like a new Love Live song, and we were like, oh my god, we gotta make this with like 4 weeks to the con. With 4 weeks to the con.
Did you do it?
By the time we ordered all the fabric and everything online, 2 weeks to the con, somehow made 9 glowing LED covered Happy Party Train costumes.
Oh,
No.
No, there we go.
No, it was not worth it. I mean, like, yes, but like not worth the strain that it put on our relationships to each other. But yeah, I'll always remember it.
I mean,
taught me a lesson, that's for sure.
Taught you a lesson. You learned something from it.
But yeah, I don't know if I slept that much that week. I don't think we did. I think we were still learning, choreographing the dance 2 days before the convention. So
yeah, right. Was it after that you kind of learnt just then and there, you're like, I'm not going to do this again? Or did you have to make that mistake several times before?
Oh, several more times. Yeah. To really like knock it into my thick head.
I think that's quite normal, honestly.
Yeah.
Because in terms of competitions, this is the...
Or just culture. Maybe it's just Australian culture, but you're always told to like push yourself, to like do your best,
I don't
like
think it's
work
just Australian
hard.
culture.
No?
I think it's a universal cosplay thing where it's like last minute grinding.
Yeah, cos crunch.
Just
the
cos
whole
crunch.
thing.
It's a cultural thing, right? And that's
yeah.
why hot glue guns are so infamous.
You're probably crunching right now.
You're probably crunching right now.
Aren't you?
No, it's January. It's January.
No one's crunching.
No one's crunching. Everyone's like, oh, I've got a few more weeks.
Maybe in America. I don't know if they have like American
American
season
cons.
yet. I have no idea.
It could be. I don't know what the con circuits are like.
I don't know.
We should do a tour sometime.
Hell yeah.
American Cosplay Con Tour. What's the
name?
I don't know.
That's what we're calling it.
Oh, we could. Like, what's the best convention in America? Let us know.
Anime Expo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because of that.
I'm going.
What month's that in?
July. It's always on the 4th of July weekend.
That's like...
Usually there's Miku Expo as well. That happens at the same time.
Wow. That's
usually
pretty
in the
cool.
same place, yeah.
Are you going to make it?
I hope so. I don't know.
That's the month for WCS. You going to make it?
We'll see. If I'm allowed. I don't know. Will you let me go?
Oh, no, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Is your work going to let you do it?
It's a goal. I don't know. Yeah. I'm trying to save up as much leave as I can.
You can do it.
We'll see.
It's a goal. You can make it.
But yeah, Anime Expo is definitely the biggest. But that's in July. I don't know what all the other big ones. I don't know.
I've heard of like Colossal Con.
Yeah,
is that a big one?
That's like a beachy. Like they have like a water park inside the hotel.
Oh my god! Why even bother? Oh, is this where you do the beach shoots?
Well, it's like the whole con is in the water park. I think. That's
Colossal
all
Con
I see from the photos is
Let us know.
Yeah, did you ever watch like the Mango Cyrene vlogs where she would make like multiple part series vlogs of her going to like the water park and stuff with her friends, and like it's all I see from it.
That sounds pretty fun.
It looks amazing. It looks like so much fun. Yeah.
Do we have anything like that? Next con of Wet and Wild, everybody. Let's go.
Imagine.
Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised they don't have like an anime centered event. They really should.
Because I don't think the culture of cosplay is as big over here.
Who knows? We just need a few more like people who are motivated to make an event.
Oh, we could make an event if you wanted to.
Do you have the time?
Look,
do you have the money?
What money do we need? It's like, look, you pay your own entry. I'm not setting someone else.
Like venue hire is so expensive. It's like multiple hundreds of thousands.
I actually had this thought once upon a time. Not once upon a time. I've just had this thought stewing in my brain because we don't really have a lot of events outside of conventions, right? So you've probably heard it before, Cosplay Masquerade Ball or something.
There was one the other day.
How was it?
I didn't go. I didn't see it until it was already happening.
Was this a Genshin thing?
It was a Genshin Masquerade. Right. Yeah.
Was it good?
I don't know. I didn't go.
Anyone knows the Genshin Masquerade Ball?
Comment. I know
Let us know.
I think Ellie went and Jaden maybe.
Guys, how did it go?
I saw Ellie there. Yeah.
Would you go again? What did you like?
Was it good? Yeah, they looked very fancy.
Because if you were to set up, because I was thinking about this, if you were to set one up yourself, what would you actually include?
Well, see, I've run an event before.
You've run an event before.
Melody Parade, so I know what it's like. That entails event hire, like venue hire, all that stuff. You need a venue, and usually to hire a venue, you need public liability insurance, which is not easy to come by, and that's like an outright cost that you do have to pay for. Like, yes, you can like pre-sell tickets and maybe have a bit of funding, but usually you probably need like a couple grand set aside already to set up the public liability insurance, because most venues you need like a minimum of $10 million to $20 million coverage, which is a lot. It's not cheap.
That's a lot.
You have to set that up.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just the reality of like you can't just put up an event
It's like, guys, Facebook, let's go event. Facebook event.
Yeah, if you want to do it in the park, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, if you want to like hire a nice venue.
Because that's what I was thinking, right? You get a nice venue, City Hall or something, right? Something where you can like, wow, this is regal, this is cool. But apart from that, it's like, cool, like, is it going to be a meal thing? Is it going to be drinks involved? Do you have to make it 18 plus? Music, and hire bands? Do you want to just have like anime tunes popping?
Bar. Then you need an alcohol license.
Yeah, of course. Like, you need all these things, right? So I'm actually curious about the recent one that just happened. How was it? Like, what actually happened there? Because I'm really curious to hear.
It does look good.
More about it.
Yeah. I think the way you could do it is like partnering with another business that already exists. Maybe, I don't know, one that like runs a hall or dance hall or something, but like some space like that where they have the insurance, and then you're like, collaborating, so you don't have to like bring too much to the table. Or if it's like already a hotel or a bar that exists that already has all that. Yeah.
I do the research. I'm like, oh, this is what you need to run an event. There's a lot that goes into it, but you know what I mean. So anyway, talking from setting up an event, Wet and Wild event, Colossal Con, going to America for a con. We're going backwards here, as you can see. I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about.
Yeah, but totally off topic.
So you were saying, so it's like, oh, everyone around the world crunches on cosplay.
Yes.
So I was saying about balancing life and cosplay, and it was like, oh, this one time it kind of took over, and this one multiple times as well. A quote, Jeremy 2012, I would rather go into this cosplay event than do this university exam now. Right?
Yeah.
That to me is like pinnacle for me anyway, of like, this is when I prioritize
Where
cosplay.
Where are your priorities at, boy?
over university. Well, in the big scheme of things, you know, I don't think one was particularly more right than the other. If I failed the exam, worst comes to worst, I do the subject again. Yeah. Right? Or worst comes to worst, I don't finish that degree and I don't do university, because I figured out later it wasn't for me, but I finished my degree anyway. Yeah. I'm not really doing much with it now, but, you know, that's
beside the point. Yeah.
Beside the point. So, to someone, how many times do you think you'd have to actually make that mistake? Because we've all crunched. You say, I'm never going to sit up to 2 a.m. and finish this again. I'm never going to do competitions again. Famous last words, Jeremy. Here I am, still going. So how do you balance it? What's like the solution? Do you just have to fail a number of times before you get to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm going to start prioritizing me, my health, my sanity, my wallet, my joy in life.
I don't know, honestly, because I feel like you never purposefully go into a cosplay or an event thinking that you're going to con crunch. Maybe sometimes you do, you're like, yeah, I'm going to bust this out in a week. But like most of the time, it kind of just happens. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe you just lose track of time leading up to an event. Yeah. And you like forget to like plan ahead that like you meant to do cosplay in your free time, not in all the time that you have. I don't know.
It's because I don't
know how it happens.
It's one of those things that I think, I don't know if you work the same, when you start doing something like, oh, I'm doing it, and you look at the clock and it's like, oh, it's 7 hours later.
That's true. That's a good point.
Because you probably, you know, you get so in the zone, you forget to eat or drink, and by the time you do stop and you're like, wow, time to take a break. Well, I'm starving. Yeah. I haven't had water in 8 hours.
Yep. Yeah, that's bad.
It's a habit, but I think it's something that, I don't know,
it's a habit.
It's a bad habit.
Yeah. I feel like even if you tell yourself, I'm never going to do this again, because it's become a habit for you, you're going to do it again. Because you're like, I survived.
I survived. I can do it again. Yeah. I think, I'm going to say, as I've gotten older, I think my tolerance for it has kind of dropped.
Probably because you have less energy for it.
Less energy, I don't want to say less energy for it, but just less energy in general. So I have to be like,
exactly.
I want to be careful how I allocate this.
Yeah, where you energy.
So I'm like, oh, you're getting old, just don't go out anymore, just don't drink anymore, just don't do fun things. And like, I still do those things.
More like you can't go out drinking and show up to work the next day hungover. Like, you don't have the energy to do that anymore.
I think either the energy, I don't do it. Yeah. I've never done it. I'm a good boy. Okay. Have you done it?
Yeah, of course.
How was it?
Terrible. Terrible.
I don't think you drank.
Huh? You know, a little bit. Like,
a little cheeky drink every now and then.
Of course. Yeah, little.
A little bit here and there.
Work hard, play hard, you know.
Wow. So when you're on the grind, guys, you become like Marmalade Cos.
Yeah.
You work hard, you play hard.
You've got to know how to play hard to work hard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I kind of just completely separate them.
Yeah, of course. No.
But no, I've never...
Everything in balance, remember what we said?
This is about balance.
So you got to balance your fun times, the drinking. Don't drink every day, every night, show up to everything hungover. No, a little bit of balance.
Been to a con hungover before?
No, no, I wouldn't do that to myself. No.
Oh, interesting.
I know people who have. I've seen it.
Me
It's
too.
a very common occurrence.
Me too. Okay. I think this is the problem with me.
Okay.
This is the problem. The problem, like the single problem.
Okay.
I learnt the value and hard work and cost and time and money that goes into making a costume myself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because I know that, I'm like, oh wow, this beautiful costume. I am not gonna risk going out, getting alcohol or food or tacos or alcohol or vomit or something on it.
Vomit, oh no.
Right?
Yeah,
It's a possibility, right?
No, yeah, I agree,
And because, when we go to a con in Australia in particular, there's very few venues that would have alcohol or licensed alcohol at it, right?
Very few.
And it's not usually the goal to go to a con to get pissed.
No.
You go there because you want to cosplay,
Yeah.
for the cosplay.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be a cheeky bev or after drinks, I usually keep a change of clothes in my car as well. Do you still go out in costume?
Yeah.
Afterwards?
Because I usually don't want to lug around a change of clothes in my bag the whole day. Yeah.
Don't you have a car just parked?
Sometimes I don't.
You just don't care.
Huh?
You just
don't care.
You just send it.
Well, usually when you're leaving the house in the morning, you're like, do I have everything? Do I have all my pieces? You're worried about the costume. You're not thinking about, another set of clothes.
Wow.
Only sometimes. I did actually for Golden over last year.
Right.
I did pack a change of clothes because we had plans already to go out.
Right.
Afterwards.
So if you
I
have
feel
got explicit set aside plans, right, now I'm going to plan it.
I've gotten to the point as an adult where I do just keep a change of clothes in my car because you always might need it.
You just always might need it.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since I haven't packed a change of clothes in my car now.
For a con.
That's
very clever. It's very clever. You always want to be comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, just going back to, I learned very early how much time, effort, money, blood, sweat, tears goes into the costume. You don't want anything else on it.
Yep.
But
It's
as
so
a result,
valuable to
I
you.
put cosplay on a pedestal. It's like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going for. But as a result, everything else came second.
Yeah.
So I'm talking not just health and money and stuff, but
missing out on social activities.
socializing doing something fun or planning for those things to happen afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, I'm here for the cosplay.
Yep.
I'm in the cosplay. This is the pinnacle of fun.
So this is your problem?
That was the problem. That was the problem. So
the Jeremy problem.
this is where I think, for me personally, balancing life came from, I guess, becoming lonely. Honestly.
Okay. Burnout? Or
no, just because you go to a con and you think to yourself, I want to meet people. This is before I knew how to socialize, mind you. It's like, I'll wait for people to come and talk to me.
Yeah.
They're going to talk to me, I'm going to make friends, and then, cool, we'll plan things up and around it. No.
Never happens.
Never happens. And so, when I took my foot off the pedal for just all right, I'm going to stop focusing on cosplay, I'll wear something easy. I'm not even going to wear contacts today.
Yeah.
You just go in, casual fun, and you go and talk to people who are, lugging around giant sets of armor or, a big fantastic dress or something. And I can't imagine because,
you
with
can't imagine?
Oh, I know, I can imagine. I can't imagine what's like to be them.
Smash?
Yeah, me at Smash. But,
lugging around Lewis?
I wasn't in Lewis for about 99% of the time.
True.
I was just wearing the big pants.
Yeah.
That's it.
Clown pants.
Clown pants, but that's it. But to that point, I can still walk around and talk to people and say, look, let's talk, let's grab a Coca-Cola or a kombucha and, let's chill, let's shoot the shiz and have a good time.
Yeah.
So
it's something you've learned through loneliness.
Something I've learned through loneliness is kind of like, well...
Is it being at an event, seeing all these people who have friendships, like cliques, big groups, and
they're the ones...
feeling how lonely you are?
Yeah, and one of the things I did observe was, they were in cosplay, their costume might not have been as pristine or as crisp or as well-made, but they look way happier than anyone I did see walking around in this fabulous costume by themselves.
Looking miserable. That's such a common that happens a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. I hate to say it, but the past few cons, I agree. Where I've been at, I see these incredible cosplayers in their full fits, looking amazing, and your initial reaction is, oh my god, I want to go meet them or talk to them or ask for a photo. But then you look at their face, you look close up, you get that, you pay more attention to them, and you just see how miserable they look and how completely drained of all energy, looking like, oh, I don't want to approach them. They look like they're having a bad time right now.
That's exactly it. Yeah. It makes it more difficult, I think. Not that you should not make good costumes.
For sure.
But
make sure that you're showing up as yourself and not a drained, hollow shell of yourself.
And I think
just waiting for the day to be over to rip that costume off.
Just this the term of cosplay, which means costume role play.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Unfortunately, the role play bit has 10 out of 10 times, every single time when someone's role played, it's always turned me off talking to that person. Because I'm Batman kind of thing, right?
Okay. Yeah,
and it's cool, you're in character, but I I want to get to know you as a human being.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're going to be Batman the whole time, you know, good on you. Like,
Yeah.
playing the part.
Yes or no? Like, for me, when I see, like, a really cute Love Live performance.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're, like, really in character and really cool. I'm like, I want to go talk to them and meet them and, like, see what they're like in real life. So it's, like, a double-edged, like...
Well, that's just it. Like, do you feel like you're meeting the real them, or is that just like, oh, they're putting on this facade, this persona?
While they're performing, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. But they do still make... When they connect with you as an audience member and, like, point you out in the crowd or something, you do feel a genuine connection.
I can't
Even
say...
though they're acting as someone... Like,
I can't say I've ever had an idol, like, point to me and they were like this. And
Maybe you need to go to a few more Idol concerts then, Jeremy. We are going to Japan this year. We'll go see some real idols
Idol concerts.
in Japan.
You're going to have to point me out the
Yeah,
idol groups.
Yeah, we can go to the boy idols, we can go see the girl idols, we can go see the muscle idols, we can go see everything.
Okay, all right. We'll do a little bit then.
Yeah.
We'll do a little bit.
You'll feel that. That means you've never felt that, like, idol...
I've never felt that idol
sparkly, like...
connection.
Yeah, that, like, magic feeling that, like, uplifts you. There's a reason why I do it so much.
I'm sure there is. I don't
You
understand,
don't
but...
have that, like, heart beating, like, glowy whoa moment. You've never had that, like, with an idol, where they, like, notice you, and you're like, oh.
I can't say I've ever done the noticing of an idol. I've noticed idols, and
Okay.
it's always been in my prerogative to talk to them,
Yeah.
because they're not going to come talk to me, are they? So I have to talk to them.
They're busy people.
They are busy
They got
people.
lots of things to do.
They sure do. But as I've learnt,
Yeah.
I can't just wear a beautiful costume and expect people to come and
Yes.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't happen.
No.
So,
No matter what costume you're wearing. But anyway,
It doesn't, well, that's just it. It doesn't matter what costume you're wearing.
No.
You can be as
You
fantastic.
should always go and talk to
Talk
people.
to them.
Yeah.
But I think it's for that reason as well that I don't wear costumes with masks or helmets or...
Lewis?
Well, how much did I wear that? How much did I wear
Yeah,
that? Exactly. I wore that on stage and in judging, and that was it. I didn't wear it any other time. But then that kind of brings us to the part of like, oh, how much of making this thing is actually going to matter, because no one's going to see me anyway.
Yeah.
Which is why... point A I want to make from this is...
No one's going to see your face.
No one's going to see your face. If you actually want to meet people, you want to talk to people, you want to balance your life. You actually want to have a life in cosplay.
Do you mean, like, make human connections?
Make
Is that
human
what you
connections.
mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't...
You can still have a life, and maybe there's probably a large portion of people who don't feel comfortable sharing their face.
That's true.
It might be
That's
for
true.
privacy reasons
Yeah.
as well, and maybe it's like through that mask that they're able to make connections with people. So you can't discount that
That's
completely.
true. That's true.
There's that going out and hiding your face and wearing a mask and cosplay is bad, or you're not going to make friends, because you still can. There's definitely an opportunity too. There's just a
I think
barrier,
it's a
of
lot
course,
more-
in between.
Yeah, there's a big barrier in between,
Of
which
course.
makes it more difficult.
But then it's also up to you to shine through that mask and, like, showcase your personality when you are having interactions with people, because I do think it is possible.
Impossible.
I do think it's possible
Yeah.
to make connections even if you have, like, a mask on. We got through COVID. We still made friends.
That's true. I think a lot of us were just kind of waiting for it to be over so we could. Unless we were
Maybe.
talking online,
There's still a lot of people who go out and wear masks every time they leave the
That's
house.
true.
There's still a lot of
That's very true.
immunocompromised people
That's
that
very
are
true.
living. Yeah. That is their reality, that every time they leave the house, they have to wear a mask.
That's very true.
And I doubt that they are not. I mean, maybe they do struggle to make friends, but I would hope that they are still able to make human connections.
Probably something I could learn from them, if
Yeah.
anything, is how to do it with the mask on, because I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever had too much prerogative or much success doing that, really. So anyway, that's how why I stopped really just making masks. Or actually, I've never really done any.
Like
It's phenomenal.
cosplay.
Cosplay in particular.
Your me?
How much did I wear that? Same
I
thing.
don't know.
On stage. On
I
stage.
don't know.
It was literally on stage
Yeah.
and that was it, kind of thing.
No,
so.
I don't think I've ever done, like, a masked cosplay either. Not even, like, you've never done, like, a Deadpool. Like, I feel like a few superheroes have, like,
I think a lot of
concealed-
superhero
Yeah.
kind of costumes, I think.
Yeah, like masks and stuff. No Ninja Turtle cosplay?
Not yet. Just,
Not
that's
in the
still
works?
still a goal, but no.
Which turtle are you?
Take a guess. Do you know the turtles?
Donatello?
You know one of them? Do you know all the rest of them?
Raphael?
Oh, not bad.
Michelangelo?
Oh, last guess. Da Vinci.
Oh, really?
Leonardo.
Really?
Leonardo.
Is he the blue one?
Yeah, the blue one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
the
know
blue
the
one.
blue one's name.
Da Vinci.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, they're named
I should
after
know.
artists, yeah.
No, okay, I thought so. I got most of them. I got
Good.
3 out of 4.
Well done.
Which
What?
one's your favourite?
Da Vinci. Leonardo.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
damn it.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn it. Okay, I got but the wrong one.
So, what was the Jeremy problem again?
The Jeremy problem is, I believe,
Yep.
from what you said, is when you value your costume over all else and
Yes.
have no balance in your life, you value over any social interactions that you have, any, like, food or activities or anything that you want to do because you're so worried about your costume being perfect and undamaged, because obviously if you've made it yourself or if you've spent a lot of money on it, if it's like a commissioned one or it's just a really expensive, fancy, online costume that you don't, like ball gown, you don't want to get anything on, you then like compromise on the full experience of cosplay, which is also like, again, costume play.
You could explain my problem better than I could.
Did I? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Good job.
That means I was listening and I understood, which is great, because I also feel like I can connect with that and relate to that, because I feel that I have suffered from the Jeremy problem in the past.
Now,
I feel
it's just called the Jeremy problem
it is.
now.
You've done that. Good job.
So it's funny, because when I said balancing life and cosplay, it's like, let's balance, cosplay with my real life stuff.
Finally, you've reached that conclusion.
To the conclusion, but the definition for me of balancing life cosplay was, when cosplay becomes your all-encompassing thing and you put it above something else, including the things that should matter, it becomes the Jeremy problem, as you can call it.
Yeah.
Where you feel like you can't go on with your normal life unless your costume is perfect, unless it's in place. It's like, my wig needs to be perfect, my makeup needs to be perfect, my, everything needs to be ironed, and until that's in place, I don't feel worthy of talking to someone else, or someone else is not going to feel like I'm worthy of being talked to.
I feel like that's a really hard thing to overcome, because I'm even thinking, I've gotten over that, but no, when I think back to WCS and like even getting into Emma, like, I remember I told you how stressed I was, how like upset I was over the tattoo and everything having to be perfect and having to be in the right place and not feeling that I could show up yet until everything was like, perfect, in the right spot and everything.
And then how'd you feel after you got there?
After I got there...
Was everything in place? Everything spotless?
I don't know. I was so, like, buzzed, I think, full of anxiety that I've, like...
I think the thing that helped with me in particular was one of the first few times I said, I don't feel like I've got the energy or the mental capacity to get into this perfect costume or wear something super pristine. And I went in something blank and very simple and boring. And I made a very explicit point to go and try and talk to people. Yeah. I talked to more people then than I ever did in a fancy costume. Yeah. And whether it was in costume or out of costume, I found it's like, wow, it doesn't really matter. It really depends on me and what I want to do and am able to do as a person in meeting those social needs or those goals, really, right? I did find out, though, yes or no, to you in particular, do you feel like when you go to a convention and someone is in cosplay, you feel more of a prerogative to strike up a conversation with them than someone who isn't in cosplay?
I would say it doesn't have anything to do with it. I would absolutely say it has nothing to do with it. It's more about their body language and their behavior and how approachable they are. Yeah. Sometimes on the off chance I feel like cosplay, if it's a series that I connect with, if it's something that I recognize, yes, it gives me an in to then strike up a conversation, but it still depends on their body language and what kind of signals they're giving off, if they're like open to a conversation or not. Like, that'll determine whether or not I talk to them. Yeah. But oftentimes, if it's like a friendly person out of cosplay, of course I'm strike up a conversation with them too, so it's hard to say. I would say cosplay has nothing to do with it.
I agree. And I think that should be it for the most part as well, because I think for a lot of us too, when you are in cosplay, you feel like, wow, I'm like one of them. I was say I'm better than people. Yeah.
No, I mean, you could. I thought that's what you were going to say.
I mean, you could, because, it's like putting on battle armor or something, right? And so when you go out and socialize...
Well, you're donning... No, to me, it's more like, I'm becoming someone everyone likes. Yeah. Or doesn't like, or everyone knows who I am.
No one is this person, so... Yeah. But does it feel like, people will come and talk to me? I feel more approachable because I'm in cosplay. Don't know. Maybe. Or are you the kind of person who people have come up and talked to you?
See, yes, okay, I have had these thoughts come across my head because of doing the princessing stuff. Yes. And because you have to be so approachable, and those like few festivals that I went to where I was like Ariel and I was super in character, interacting with every single child that I saw, and then like going about my daily life, say at work or something, I'm like, no, I don't need to interact with those children. Like, that is weird. We don't do that. Like, having to remind myself that then, I don't know if that's weird to like put out there, but being like, no, they're not interested in me. They don't know who I am. This is like, I can't do that. I'm not
Ariel right now.
I can't like tell them, oh, your bow is so cute in your hair. I love it. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I could, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. But
that's
there's
fair.
Definitely like a certain personality, I don't know, you do expect to be able to have more conversations, I think, if you are in character. I reckon that it's easier to, because you're not putting yourself out there, I think. You're putting the character, you have that wall of the character's personality to fall back on.
Yeah.
Rather than just yourself. They're not going to judge you for your appearance.
It's really interesting, because the reason I asked that in the first place is because this year in particular, I've just gone to some conventions as a complete normie. Just civilian clothes.
Have, yeah.
And depending on who it was, you really get treated a little bit differently by cosplayers, I found.
Absolutely.
I think it's, especially people who... I think especially if you're wearing something really fancy and you pride yourself on cosplay, to the point that I did, it's like, oh, it has to be everything perfect. I try, same thing, I see someone's like, wow, you're great, I want to talk about your costume. They kind of look at me as like, oh, this normie wants to talk to me. Like, why do they talk to me? They don't know anything about costumes, kind of thing.
Yikes, yeah.
And I'm like, they didn't say that, but that's the impression I got. It's like, oh, like,
the body language?
The body language was very much just like, why you talk to me, kind of thing. Like, you're not a cosplayer? Yeah. So why are you talking to me? Like, oh, wow, I see how it is.
Yeah.
But it's a weird, interesting phenomenon, because even, I guess for me personally anyway, I'm wearing something elaborate, I'm wearing something simple, and I've had gym bros, at Gold Coast cons in particular. There's all the surf bros come out, which is really cool. I was like, dude, that's awesome. What's it from? I talked to them about this, and I'm happy to strike up a conversation with them. But it's really interesting, because I've had both sides of the coin, in which I've felt both like, oh, you're not one of us because you're in civvies.
Like bias.
Bias. Yeah. But
I think we've talked about this before, because I remember sort of talking about how, depending on what series or what show, what you're cosplaying can affect the treatment, the behavior, the social interactions that you have. I think I've said that the difference I've had of wearing a game character something outfit versus a Love Live idol.
Yeah.
Incredibly
different. That's crazy.
Yeah, the amount of discrimination you get as a Love Live cosplayer. Oh yeah, you're treated like.
Do you reckon it's past that kind of era of discrimination? It's still happening.
Still fresh.
Oh man,
still burning fresh.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
I never personally. I don't hold anything against any particular cosplay. I think it's just like you do you. But I don't think it's one of those things. It's like, oh, Love Live.
Don't let anyone talk you out of loving something. If you like a show and someone shits on it, don't listen to them. It's you like it for your own reasons. Don't listen to what anyone else says.
You're cosplaying for you. You're not cosplaying for them.
Exactly. If you change yourself and change what you're cosplaying for someone else's opinion, you're never going to be happy about it. It's a bad idea.
Bad idea. Terrible.
Stick with your beliefs and keep cosplaying Love Live if you love Love Live or any idol show. Because I feel like a lot of idol shows get so much crap for just...
There was a funny one that actually came out recently. It's like...
I feel like it's kind of misogyny in a weird way. Because it's like, no, girls can't have a cute, pretty, happy thing. That's lame.
What do boys get?
I don't know.
We don't get cute, pretty things.
There's boy idols. There's boy idols. There's like Idolish 7 and everything. Yeah. There's heaps. But I just mean there's a general stigma towards Love Live /
in particular
performance. Idol Master, anything that's performance and skit, dance, idol, anime always gets shat on or discounted as being serious by people. I've noticed it.
It's really funny because I think...
it goes back... Do you remember... Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Supernova and stuff. The old projectionist guy, whatever his name was, used to shit on these,
legends.
Poor, young probably girls. Teenage girls. And it's what kind of treatment is that? Yeah. That's sexism. Right there. Just let the girls have their fun. Let them do whatever gender. Not just girls. Any gender. Whatever they want to do. Let them have fun. Leave them alone. What? So many people shit on it. Sorry, I'm ranting now.
That's the whole point. You let it out.
I'm triggered.
This is life in cosplay. You don't need to balance this out anymore.
Balance your feelings. Don't have biases when it comes to certain shows.
Well, the funny thing is, because there's obviously a very big community with dance performances
in
particular. It's
falling apart.
Oh no.
No.
Guys, bond together.
No, that's because so many people make you feel bad for doing it that you're I'm embarrassed, I'm not going to do that
anymore. Are they people
anymore.
from inside or outside the community?
Outside.
Well, that's just it. I think inside the community, people know what it's about. But if you're outside the community, it feels like it's one of those things which is... Well, put it this way. I'm not in the community, right? I'm not in the idol / dance community.
Yeah.
But... I'm not going to be wow, that sucks or that's weird or you should do... like, it's like, you do you. Have fun. It's not for me personally. Like, I've got friends who do it. I'm like, yay, you go. All right, I've watched my one dance. I'm out. Like, that's it. But I'm not going to...
But you're not going to shit on them.
No.
Be like, why do you do that? Like, I don't get it. Why do you spend so much time doing that?
I don't get it. Like I said, like, it's that fuzzy, warm feeling that you get when they point at you, and then there's like, love heart, this is for you. Actually, I've been to a maid cafe before. That was fun.
Yeah.
And they were like, Moe, cute. We did it together over the online.
We should go.
Oh, yes, please. That sounds great.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I think that was the time in my life in which I started to become more secure with myself. 14-year-old Jeremy, or like 24-year-old Jeremy at that, would have been like, maid cafe where I have to do that to a... No, I couldn't do that.
No.
Now it's just like, let's go!
Yeah.
But, like I said, I don't get the idol culture. Maybe I'll understand. Maybe I'll have this awakening in Japan when I go to a concert, and I'll be like, wow, I understand.
Yeah.
I'll retire from cosplay and become a water boy or something. Who knows?
Even if you don't understand it, though, you should still be, like
respectful. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the bare minimum.
Okay, back to our regular scheduled programming. We just had a little idol alarm
they needed me.
going off. Duty calls.
Yep.
But,
put the bat symbol in the sky, but it's like the Melody Parade logo.
I mean, you guys have got it. That'd be
Pretty
great.
much.
Except it just explodes into fireworks and sparkles.
Cute.
That'd be
Cute.
great.
Love hearts.
Yeah, love hearts everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a catchphrase?
Mellow Para Pow.
That's cute.
Is the current one.
Mellow Para
Pow. We like fist bump.
Like
pow. Yeah.
Wow.
Mellow Para
Pow! I like that. That's cute.
Yay.
That's cute. Okay, cool.
Thank
Who made that one up?
We all did. I don't know. It was like a weird moment, I think. We were like, we need something interesting, eye-catching for this video.
That's cute.
Oh, I think Pip might have come up with it. She likes superheroes, so...
Oh, there we go. That's where it comes in.
I think she wants to write a superhero song, but anyway.
Well, that's going to be another single dropping soon. Is that what's going to happen?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
No, something I did want to talk about, though, with balancing cosplay and life, is the amount of space that cosplay takes up in your home.
Oh, God.
And your room. And, like, because you need so much. You need your wigs, you need your costumes, you need your shoes, and then you need, if you're a crafting cosplayer, your sewing machine, your threads, your fabric stashes, your patterns, your mats, your scissors, your blah, 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 blah.
I'm going to put
like
out
hot
there.
glue gun, hot glue sticks.
You're going to be at a significant disadvantage. I say this as someone who is both of these. Number one, if you're a hoarder.
Yeah.
Number two, if you're emotionally attached to things.
Do you know if you're a hoarder?
No, you don't.
No.
Hoarders, they might say, I'm not a hoarder. But okay.
You know?
You might, okay, look, if you're a hoarder, go watch Marie Kondo, etc., etc.
Great.
Cleanse.
She's great.
Does this spark joy? No? Get out. Right? You don't need it. That's what it should be about. Okay? So, but like I said, hoarder, or if you're emotionally attached to, like, costumes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I have, like I said, I've got costumes at my parents' place, maybe 20 sitting there, maybe a dozen I haven't done shoots for. Because I think...
Is that a good thing, Jeremy?
No, it's not. It's terrible. And my parents, same things like, why don't you, like, sell them all? No one's going to want to get a costume from a series that's in 2010.
Someone, you never know.
Who's in my size?
You never know.
Who's in my size?
You never know.
Good luck.
You never know.
Good luck. They have to look like they'd be my build and have the same interests.
There might be.
There might be.
Might be a clone of you.
Apparently, AK Wiru got me. We've got very similar, but we're very different people.
The other side of the globe.
Other side of the globe. He's making waves over there.
You're southern hemisphere, and he's northern hemisphere.
Now,
you have
apparently.
your own hemispheres.
We'll put it this way: he can take over that side of the world. I'll take over this side of the world.
Hell yeah!
Meet in the middle.
Nations leaders.
Nation leaders.
Oh my God! United under the
cosplay banner.
Jawuru.
Or Weremy.
Holy moly. Weremy? Oh my goodness.
If we go to cosplay names, it's AK Phantom.
AK Phantom.
Or Mangle Wiru.
Oh my God, okay, enough.
Oh goodness.
But when you have, I feel like, more closet space being taken up by costumes than your own clothing, I think that's time to stop and reflect and do
It's time to
culling.
stop.
It's time to stop making new ones. And
get rid of some first.
Old ones.
Yeah.
I feel like a good rule for me is that when I want a new costume, I rotate and get rid of an old one.
That's really good.
Because that way you always have the same amount of space. That way you're not like, oh, I need more space. You've got like, allocate yourself maybe one IKEA cube thing, like, or however much you need space, but do not expand past that. Because things like wigs are so easy to hoard. I feel like...
Yeah, you got a million.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'll keep this because there might be a character that comes along long that I need this wig for.
It's fine. I don't mind.
It's so easy to keep.
I don't
right?
mind wigs because they're small, right?
Yeah.
Costumes. Okay.
Yeah.
Kudos to anyone who has come to the profane realization much earlier than I ever did. When you get a costume, you're like, wow, new costume, I can't wait to wear this, yes! Then you wear it.
Yeah.
At most, how many times do you wear a costume? Maybe 3.
2 to 3
3, right?
times.
Tops.
Maybe 4.
Maybe, right?
Yeah.
And by that stage, like,
Depending on what
feel
it
free
is.
to disagree with me, but you won't, okay?
By that stage,
You're like, I've gotten my use out of it. I'm sorry, it's not like a t-shirt. It's not like a pair of jeans, something. By that stage, like, okay, don't want to wear this character anymore because I've got the thrill out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear the same thing over and over.
Well, as well, they're not made as durably as our normal clothing is. I feel like I'm thinking back to that costume that I wore 3 or 4 times, and by the 4th time, it's kind of falling apart, or it's got so much wear on it that it's no longer, like, really... You don't feel good as good. It's lost its, like, comfort and...
The spark is gone as well.
The sparkle's also gone.
The spark fills out pretty quick with cosplay, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, kudos to anyone who has realised this quicker, because I've seen people who are like, hey, worn this once... Facebook Marketplace, let's go.
Yeah.
Good on you. But there's some competition costumes I've worn like 6-7 times.
Yes.
When I did the bloody Shield Hero video, I wore that costume about 6 times.
6 times.
Because we were doing a video shoot for it, right? And I'm like, by the end of it, I'm like, oh my god, like it's one of my best made costumes. I'm just so done with it. I'm done with it. I can't do it anymore.
I'm glad because it would be way too warm to wear to Japan anyway. But
can't do it. Can't do it.
No.
But so with that hoarding thing as well, because it's like, oh, maybe I'll wear this another time. You won't. You won't. The only ones
either plan the date right there and there, or don't. Yeah. Come to the terms that you're
not going to wear it.
You'd imagine your dream outfit. Would you rather wear that dream cosplay in, or would you wear this thing again?
Yeah.
Maybe you would wear this thing again,
like,
and then you know.
Maybe I need photos. Maybe I need photos.
Yeah,
If you don't get those photos done in the next 6 months, you're not going to care about it. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee you're not going to care, because by that stage, some new series has come out. You're like, I want to do that instead.
I think I had, with Aquaria, I think I had collectively collected around 15 cosplays
Life costumes.
for this one character, for Yo, who I love very dearly, and those costumes made me very happy. The reality of keeping 15 costumes and only having, we get 2 cons a year here? 2 cons a year.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3 if we're lucky. And would I rather show up and give myself the chance to make something new and improve on my skills and enter maybe a new competition? Would I rather just wear the same thing over and over again? Probably time.
Personal choice, really.
Yeah,
you
so
can do whatever you want. But...
I kept, I think, 1 or 2 of those 15, and I just passed on the rest.
Nice.
The
longer you hold on to it, the harder it's going to get rid of. The harder it is going to be to get rid of.
It is. I have this one. I have this one dress that, like Sakura from Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle, that I found in an op shop. It's a beautiful ball gown. Before? I wore it once for like a try on, and have not worn it again since.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna fix this up. Can't be bothered.
It's beautiful, but it is covered in bells, which means every time I walk around, it's like
little Christmas.
Yep.
Little Christmas
and
parade.
The idea of going to a con in a full ball gown I just can't.
And it's like a little cowbell come. It's like, oh, mine's coming.
Look, I just can't get behind it yet. But maybe it's still in the back of my car. I haven't like. It's in the back of my car to take to the op shop, and I just haven't gotten it. I can't do it.
You might need it one day.
It's my change of clothes, like we were saying before.
Change of right. Change of clothes. We're gonna hit the club. I need to get my bell dress. Let's go.
It's very beautiful, but it's also very I don't know. It's also like bridal white satin, and I'm like, oh god, I can't get it dirty. Yeah. Should probably get rid of it.
Yeah.
Hoarder mindset.
Absolutely. Hoarder mindset. I guess that the problem is then with adding to the hoarder mindset is like, oh, I don't want to create waste, which sucks. Which is why, personally, I am hopefully the most profound recycler you know.
You are.
I've got bottles, which takes sense. Did you know up there, I've got a little box there.
Bottle caps.
I remember. Straws.
Yep.
And, you know, the medicine packets. Got another box for that too.
Nice.
I can put them all in this both. I've got a box of batteries. Probably get rid of them quicker.
Nice.
Anyway, so I hate throwing things away.
Yeah.
I hate throwing things away.
That's a good way to,
But as the result, my parents' place is stuffed with costumes that I can't bear to throw away. Not because I don't want them anymore. I don't want to waste anything.
See, if you just put them out there on the Facebook Marketplace groups, someone might take it.
At this time, it's probably gonna be like free. Like I don't even care about the money.
Fine.
Just take it.
Exactly. That's what I did when I like went through my stash.
And it worked?
Fabric stash, not costumes.
Yeah, gotcha.
But I put up my fabric stash on my Instagram story, and because you can't throw away fabric, it's actually like I'm pretty sure there's laws around it. You can't throw away. Just put it in the bin. So I put it up for free. Within like seconds, someone I had like so many messages about it. So if you put your stuff up,
Yeah, right.
someone might just come along. You don't know who's out there.
Just pay for postage. You do it
for free. Yep.
It's funny because most of the dudes that I know on cosplay are like gym bros. They're like, boos, take off the shirts and like, muscle
all
cosplay.
of them. I'm sure there's someone following you who has the same build as you, who idolizes you, who might look up to you, who might want, Mangle Phantom made this. I'd love
If you
to
want
have
some free
that.
costumes, hit me up. I will give them to you.
Do you not get people messaging you in the DMs being like, "Hi, are you selling this cosplay?" God, it's the most annoying thing. Are you serious?
Look, I don't have a following like yours.
No, it happens to so many people. I see it all the time.
Oh, really?
Like people complaining, like sharing that. Stop asking me if my costumes are for sale.
Well, I don't think I've really made.
People ask a lot. Yeah.
I've probably had one thing, maybe once upon a time, but it's like stuff that is in either disrepair or like I'm not gonna sell this because I'm not gonna, make you buy something like this. I think with Shield Hero, which is nice, it's like less about you're selling, but it's like I want to make this for myself. How did you make it? So I'm like, let's type it. I'm not making a video about it instead because I've had this question a few times. Like
good video.
Oh, I've tried. I try, but I don't have people hit me up in the DMs. I've been propositioned once by a dude.
To buy stuff.
No, just propositioned.
Oh.
That's about it. But not about my costumes. See. Not about my costumes. Not about my costumes.
Back to cosplay taking up space.
Yeah.
In your home. Is it also taking up financial space?
Not as much as it used to. Oh.
In terms of balance.
This is it. Okay.
How much money are you spending on cosplay?
This is it. Okay. Especially when you first start, right? I'm not even holding up this piece of paper for any particular reason. But for when I first started, it's like a prop, right? When you first started, everything has to be perfect. You're like, this button is slightly the wrong shade of brown.
Yep.
I'm going to spend another $10 to get the perfect buttons.
Yeah.
It does not matter, right? I think over time, something you learn. Mm-hmm. When you go there, you're like, I have to be pristine. I have to make sure everything is perfect. And then people will talk to me. I think once I had the realization, like it came later, people don't care. The people who care the most about how good your costume looks like is you. It's you.
Or would you say people do it out of fear of being critiqued? Yeah. Like they don't want someone to come up and tell them that it's the wrong thing, so that they strive. So then they strive harder. Perfection.
I mean, that could be another thing, absolutely. But it doesn't matter how good you are. Someone's going to say something. Yeah. That's another thing I've learned as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how perfect you make it. You could be like the Pokemon master Ash Ketchum himself. Like, you could be Veronica Taylor, the OG, and someone might be like, your voice is too high for Ash Ketchum, and you'd be like, thanks buddy, I am Ash Ketchum, but you just, so it doesn't matter how good you are.
Dealing with hate, that's another episode on
that's
its own.
Coming soon.
How have we not covered that yet?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming soon.
Yeah,
how to deal with hate. We got you covered.
Have we covered that before?
Not yet.
Okay,
that's in our shortlist.
Oh, you did say it was like dealing with trolls.
Dealing with trolls. We got that. We got you covered.
We got it. But back to the money thing. I feel like it's so easily. I watch younger cosplayers all the time just go broke to even just to attend a con. Yeah. Because it is expensive, especially in Australia. Like when you have to.
When you're young and don't have a job, number one.
And you have to travel to these events. Like they're not like in your local area where you have to go out of your way. Especially like Gold Coast Supernova. The trains are a mess. It's not easy to just go there every day. It's usually the most convenient option to get a hotel. And those are expensive hotels because that is like a beach coastal city that is like. It's not a cheap city to stay in. Neither is Brisbane. Even the Brisbane hotels are very expensive. But it's such a big cost. And have you seen? Like, so many people just go broke on flights, accommodation, the cosplays, and then they end up not being able to eat at the con.
I gotta say, maybe I'm privileged in that way. It's just I personally haven't gone broke. Yeah. It's like no money to eat kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. I've definitely spent more than I planned to. Yeah. Or wanted to. But...
those people who bring the 2-minute noodles to the con because they can't eat
out. Good on you for being that resourceful.
I
'Cause
guess, but is 2-minute noodles gonna get you through a full 3-day con weekend?
It ain't.
Exhausting? No.
What would your top tip be? Just
Don't get constipated from eating 2-minute noodles all weekend.
You're speaking from experience, and so am I. Don't eat 2-minute noodles by itself.
I'm not speaking from experience.
Have an egg with it, at least.
Eggs are expensive. No.
I think it's better. Free range. It's great.
But no. Okay, but there's people prioritizing the finance of like the cosplay and easily blowing $200 on a cosplay, justifiable. But $200 on food?
Look, people get FOMO.
You need to eat.
Right, people get FOMO.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to say don't get FOMO. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you got to realize a few things here. Number one, you don't need to be in cosplay to enjoy yourself at a cosplay convention.
No.
Okay? Number two, eat food. Drink water. Don't sacrifice,
basic human needs.
Basic human needs for that figure.
Yeah.
That
That's
figure that
toxic.
you kind of need,
No,
right?
no.
You don't need to.
No. You're perfect the way you are.
You are perfect the way you are. And don't buy cosplay or don't even do cosplay. Okay, look, I'm going to say, don't do cosplay to try and impress someone.
Can I add another one?
Please.
Okay, 4.
4?
You don't need to go to every single
Yes.
convention in the world.
You don't.
You don't.
I even thinking it's like, wow, I was happy with 1 year.
Yeah.
When I had 2 years, I'm like, yes. Now it's getting to about 6 years. I'm like,
you become less excited.
You do.
It's again balance. It's about choosing the ones that you value the most and going to those, saving up, budgeting so that you are able to make the most out of your weekend, so that you are able to go out after the con with your friends, buy boba, buy whatever you need, and not worry about being broke when you get back home.
Might be like, wow, this is going to talk into the JustBeCos budgeting class about budgeting your finances. But
we could do that. We could do budgeting for a convention.
Look, we've got about 5-10 minutes left in this one. Let's talk about budgeting and balancing.
Long one. It's fine.
No, think of on time. We're doing on time. We're doing good today.
That's good.
We're doing good.
That's great.
We're doing great today. I think
on topic.
It's funny because
valuable content.
I'm sorry it comes up like this, but it takes us about 5-10 minutes of like we talk, we ramble, and then by minute 30 or 40, we're like, yeah, come on, tips. Advice, experience. That's what it's all. That's good. We like warm up,
Get into it.
We get into it.
Get feisty.
I'd like to say that's how we go from minute 1, but it doesn't happen.
No.
It gets better as time goes on.
It's fine.
Just
balance.
Just like our cosplay careers. We get better as time goes on, right? We learn. We live and learn.
Yes.
Just like that Sonic video game. Live and learn. Okay.
Sorry, another topic I wanted to add to this balancing of cosplay and life is something that I've noticed I struggle with, is being able to watch movies, play games without thinking, which one am I going to cosplay?
Oh god.
It is such a problem. I'm sorry, but you should not have these thoughts invading your mind when you are trying to enjoy a story. You're at the cinema, you're watching a movie, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to cosplay that one.
I'm going to cosplay Puss in Boots. That movie was great.
It's so good, right?
I loved
Best
it.
movie of the
year.
That
was great.
It's amazing.
Did you watch it recently?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
On the 31st. It was like my way of ending the year. It was great.
That's awesome.
It's so good,
great
right?
Movie.
I'd absolutely cosplay Puss in Boots.
I'll do soft hands.
Soft paws.
Soft paws.
Kitty soft paws.
Let's go.
You?
Yeah, why not?
Why not me?
You said you wanted to be Puss in Boots.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm all for doing soft paws.
Gosh.
Why not?
Anyway, no. Okay, but like you're watching a movie and the thought comes into your mind. It's not even voluntary. It just happens, right?
I think that's just being a cosplayer.
Comment if that happens to you, because I'm sick of it. I hate it. I can't
You hate it?
No, because I notice that, like, especially when like the new season of anime comes out and you're like, ooh, which one will I watch? And in the back of your mind, you're like, which one will I cosplay?
Well, it probably helps if you're like got a husband or a waifu who you love and you cosplay every single thing they do. So when a new costume does drop, you're like, yes! Oh my god!
Yeah, but that's different. I more mean like it invades your enjoyment of a story because you're so busy thinking about the outward attractive or like the character design of these characters rather than enjoying the story, rather than, getting the message out of media, like paying attention to a film. You're just being like, oh, I wonder who I could cosplay from this.
It's really funny in that way because particularly in like video games. Video games in particular, right? Playable characters. Or even, I don't watch as much anime as I used to, anime as I used to. But number one, anime, if it's like, high school protagonist, the main girls, always fun. The main dudes, same thing. Every single time.
No, okay, but you watched Edge Runners and...
Edge Runners, like, wow, David, like, that's sweet. Let's do something different, right? Let's do it.
But did you think that while you were watching that?
Well, when I watched it initially, I'm just like, do I like this guy? Like, I don't even know if the series is any cool. By the end of it, when I'm like, wow, that was a great series, I think I want to do it, right?
Okay.
But at the time, I was like, all right, let's watch it. This is fun.
Okay. Though that means that's healthy. You're not going into it with getting something out of it for yourself.
Something's happened, yeah. Even with, like I said, video games in particular, because all the video game characters, I think, are a bit cooler in that way. So it's like, wow, that's a nice design. It's like, oh, like, Keely wants me to do something for Final Fantasy, but it's like, hey, here's this set of armor, which is going to take me like 6 months and more. And I'm like, maybe. I'm not that attached to it, like, getting that emotional attachment.
Yeah.
But with video games, I think I've become a bit lucky because lately it's been things in which aren't really cosplayable. Maybe it's like, for example, Gunfire Reborn. It's literally like furries with guns. It's great. I love that game. Elden Ring is something I played as well. It's like, I could, but it's like another six month plus project. I don't care. If it's like less than a month, I'll do it. If it's more than that, I'm not really interested.
That's a good point, like how complicated it is. Yeah, but I wonder, have you seen Wednesday yet on Netflix?
With the Addams Family thing? Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay, no. But I wonder how many cosplayers or people watched that and went, oh, I'm going to cosplay Wednesday.
I think it was the same thing with Arcane when it came out, right? With League of Legends.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Many people cosplayed from that.
It was great, because I think it's like, wow, I could do this. But I think it was like with me and Edge Runners, in which you watch it and you're like, you were not thinking too much of it. But by the end of it, you get so invested and you're like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why I think we did cosplay a lot in the first place, is we enjoy a series so much, and our way of communicating our fondness or our love for it is to cosplay, right?
To express,
I mean, for an artist, they'll draw something.
Yeah.
For,
absolutely.
A cinematographer, they might make a video or write a song about it kind of thing, right? So for us, I don't think it's a bad thing. It just shows that we like this series enough.
To a point. Again, balance. There's a certain degree where you should not be like only watching things to see if you can cosplay from it.
To get from it.
Like, that's unhealthy. You should be enjoying media for the sake of enjoying media and entertainment, not getting something out of it for yourself at the end of the day.
Is there a stage in which you were kind of doing that like a lot, like regularly?
I noticed the thoughts in my head, yes. Right. And it made me, unfortunately, not want to cosplay anything.
Right.
Because I was constantly thinking about it.
It's like wanting to do this. Should I do this next?
Like, what should I do? Yeah. Looking for the waifu.
You couldn't find that anymore. You're like, no,
I'm done.
Stop. I'm finished.
I'm done.
Maybe there's just too much burnout. Your brain just kind of adapted to be like, no, I'm just gonna.
Maybe there's very rarely new characters where I'm like, oh, I really like her. Yeah.
Well, you're still consuming media, like on a regular basis.
Yes, a lot. Yeah, absolutely. That being said, I did just buy like an Enid cosplay from Wednesday. So
there you go.
Whoopsies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Enid is the main character. I haven't watched it at all. Yeah.
She's like,
there you go.
She's new. She's not like in the Addams Family original, but she's like been added to like be Wednesday's partner.
Yeah. But I was saying about video games before, apart from just like feeling that connection with it, just in video games, a lot of the characters either like really complicated builds or they're like boost, like muscles kind of thing. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not me. I don't care. So it's kind of been a bit easier because there hasn't been anything. And if it's like, oh, wow, teenage protagonist from an anime, I don't care. Makes my job so much easier.
True.
I just don't care.
That's what I found when we were looking for WCS side costumes. They're like, what's an anime that has a cool guy design? Like even Sword Art Online, which is one that we both like and would happily cosplay from. Kirito has nothing good. It's all black. It's all the same. Nothing that would be like summer appropriate.
His Vox Machina like pinnacle, cloak is season 1. Like, it just comes back. I'm like, what's the... Arsena gets this
so many outfits. No, they have like a whole array of cards.
Like, look at her. Oh god, her sword dropped.
You broke her.
No, it's fine.
She's very pretty.
Look at her. This is goddess Arsena. It's like, wow, look at this. Perfect. And what does Kirito get as his like matching outfit?
You don't even have the figure.
He doesn't have it. Just a black cloak. It sucks.
I think she lost her hand.
No. Oh, her hand's part of the sword. It's over there in the cabinet. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness.
All good.
I feel like we've covered all our bases now and how to balance and how to not balance life with cosplay.
So, quick recap, let's go. Number 1, don't spend all your money on cosplay and forego your basic needs. It's just a stupid idea. Take care of yourself first. I mean, look, go through it. Try it yourself. Go to a con and not be able to eat properly. Go to a con and, struggle to find your way home or like have to rely on someone. It sucks. It really sucks. And for some of us, including myself, that's the only way we learn. It's the only way we learn. But, you know, take it from us who's been in the trenches. It's not great having 2-minute noodles for lunch. It's not great.
Or just convention hot chippies.
Oh, man. It's like, chips are good, but, like, there's just better things.
In moderation.
In moderation. Everything in balance. What else? Don't have too many costumes in your closet.
Yeah.
Just
don't hoard.
Don't hoard. Don't become a hoarder. Don't do it. Don't do a me. Don't
have a swap system.
Swap
one
system.
In, one out.
One in, one out.
One in, one out.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Don't do the Jeremy problem where it's like,
where you
hey,
store shit at your parents' house.
Store shit at your parents' house, or like, you know, feel like you need to have a perfect costume to be worthy
the Jeremy
of talking
problem.
to people.
That's all right.
Just do cosplay. Like, yay, I'm wearing a costume. Woo! Like, people might look at cosplay and it's like, wow, you're playing dress-ups. Like, in the end, we're playing dress-ups. We're just really good at it, okay? But have fun with it. That's what it should be. Your fun should not be based on how good your costume looks.
No.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun.
Another lesson was keep a spare change of clothes in your bag. In your car, in your bag with you to change out of.
Even if it's a big ball gown dress that jingles, it's still... No, it's probably not a good change of clothes.
No.
But it's like a blanket. It's like a blanket.
It's not a good idea.
But, that's it. That's how you achieve balance in all things. Well done. Hey, we did pretty good this episode.
I think so. And if you're a balanced cosplayer, you are setting a good example to those around you as well.
Around you.
Maybe your friends don't have the best habits, but maybe you can lead by example and show them, hey, you don't have to be miserable at a con. You don't have to be that unapproachable, very fancy looking cosplayer who's miserable or who wishes they weren't there. You can actually have a great time. You can go out for drinks afterwards. You can go out for dessert afterwards, and you can have a great time. Lead by example.
Lead by example. Just they're doing stressing over something like, hey, look at me in my Riverdale jacket. That's me.
Exactly.
And
if you have a group cosplay and you can't finish it in time, you're crunching.
Don't worry.
Just don't worry. Have a backup.
Have a backup. Just
wear something you've already got.
All your friends are doing something, like, it sucks not being part of it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's life.
It is.
We miss sometimes, but it's not going to be the end of the world.
No. At the end of the day, you'll still have a great time.
Still have a great time. It shouldn't be dependent on your cosplay.
No. It's about spending time with the ones you like.
And if you don't have those people, go out and meet them. Go and find them. That's what we do. Good job. All right. Okay, now, we haven't finished our drink yet. We did so much talking.
No, too much talking. Still got a little.
That's not a bad thing. Anyway.
That's alright. My vinegary. It wasn't that great. Maybe that's why. I have like a vinegary taste in my mouth.
Oh, wow. Gotta get some water.
Healthy. It's fine. Fine. Thanks for joining us on today's episode.
Thanks for coming back.
Yeah, make sure to leave us a comment if you enjoyed. Comment about something that you need to keep in balance when it comes to cosplay and your life. And if you'd also like, you could leave us a review on Spotify. It helps us out a lot. If you like the show, make sure to give us a 5-star rating because it pushes it out into the algorithm world and shows it to more people who
give
might
us a
enjoy
rating.
This cosplay.
I need some cosplay podcast, and it's very difficult to find ours unless we rate it.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Give us a rating. It helps us out a lot. How much is it? It's about $20 a month to get on Spotify. This is for you Spotify fans. If you haven't rated us on Spotify yet, drop us a rating.
Awesome. All right. Well,
worth it.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.